I'm a single guy who lives alone, and I'm also into retro tech, so over the years I have collected many trinkets. And to be honest, there's not a lot to say about some of them. So, going forward, every second Friday, this is going to be a new series called Tales from the Shelf, where I get something off of here or something out the drawer down there, and we take a very, very quick look at it. So here it is for episode 0, the first cab off of the rank. It's the last true year of the 1980s, and you need a telephone, and you've also got possibly more money than sense. That means you're only heading to one place. You're about to pay a visit to our friends Mr. Bang and Mr. Olufsen. Let's have a look. This is very much the sort of objet d'art that people who knew about these things may have called restrained or elegant. Or, if they were feeling particularly pleased with themselves, the sort of thing that today's immediately and intensely dislikable people might label design-led. The kind of item you'd expect to see on the credenza of someone who uses coffee and extraction in the same sentence. And you know we're in a rarefied atmosphere when the year is MCM XCI. But for those of us who didn't understand these sorts of things and were fumbling around in life's cheap seats, MCM XCI was the last great year of the 1980s. One half Memphis design art, the other half mullet, while we sat around gulping down scorching hot instant coffee, waiting for Britpop to come along. And we certainly weren't the type to call it MCM XCI. We called it 1991. It may be for the sort of people that my late grandmother would have said farted above their arses. But that might not be entirely fair on it. It's certainly handsome. Let's go over to the telephone bench. So, welcome to the telephone bench. And we've got to ask ourselves, is this a delightful old artefact, or is it really a smelly old farty act? Let's take a closer look at it. I'm going to get rid of that for a moment, and we're just going to have a look at the base. The base is quite unremarkable. It's entirely passive. There is nothing going on with this base, and it is really, really well weighted. And under the little flappy here, there's some post-it notes, and I dread to think what Bang Olufsen would have charged you to top those up. Let's get rid of the base for a moment, because that's not particularly interesting. Here's the handset, which is not well weighted. This thing is impossibly light and very, very plasticky. Now, the only prices that I could find for these range between about £100 and £150 at launch, if you include the base. There was also a wall mount as well, which obviously I haven't got. That equates to about £200 today, or about $225 or euros, very, very roughly. This was not the kind of thing you would be buying in Argos. You would have had to go to a Bang Olufsen dealer, I imagine, to get one of these. Here's a catalogue that I found that lists it, and you can see there it's about 250 Deutschmarks. But all of that aside, what do we get for all this style and money? We get a keypad with buttons aren't especially clicky. You can store memories on here. You've got a mute button for the microphone, but more on that in a moment. Apart from that, it's all just a very, very standard early 90s landline. There is not an awful lot more you could say about it. The lead, because it is just a handset, plugs straight into the wall. And it's got about 2 metres, but I'd imagine after a few years like this one, that would have all got very tangled up and ratty. But that brings me on to another point. You see, I didn't notice this, and it took me a little while to work this out. If this base is passive, how does it know when it's hung up? Well, I originally thought it was something to do with magnets, but it's not as clever as that at all. Here, there's a little nubbin with a micro switch, and it's got a little roller on there. So, that's how it hangs up. You roll it in there, and you go offline. But I think that might present a problem. Far be it from a helmet like me who wears a pink hard hat on the internet for clout to comment on Bang & Olufsen's design. But I think I may have found a little flaw with the nubbin here. You see, if you go to hand the receiver to somebody, or you cup the receiver to call somebody in, of course, you're going to hit that, and you're probably going to hang up on them. I don't think that's very good. So what do you think? Artifact or farty act? And if I didn't show you it working, that would probably be a bit of a techno edge. And you know I'm not like that. So let's go to the living room. there's a reason it's glowing. And I assure you this is not a bit. I did one of the silliest things I think I've ever done making this bit, so enjoy. Oh, and if you want your name on the helmet like Jamie has, you know what to do.
So here's what the audio quality sounds like at this telephone. And just a pro tip for everyone, because this has just caused me massive embarrassment, if you are getting someone to help you do something like this, don't sing out your ex-wife's phone number instead of your business number to make the video, because when you've not spoken for 8 years, it's quite a tricky one to explain.
Guess we better come up with a conclusion. Is it a superb and sculpted piece of office furniture for your tablescape that I am just too stupid to understand? Or is it a testament to telephony twattery, which I'm just too broke to understand? I really don't know. That's it for this one. Short and sweet. Now, if you want to get your name on the helmet, you know what to do. You can buy me a pint there, and I will write your name on the hat forever and ever. Otherwise, if you're not going to do that, thank you so much for watching. I am always wholly and truly appreciative of anybody that will sit through my nonsense for any period of time. And I'll see you in a couple of weeks' time. Cheers. Goodbye.